Welcome to Siledge Academy. Here we are asked to solve the following quadratic equation using formula method. The formula for quadratic equation is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So quadratic equation normally comes in this form. You have a x square, which is the highest power, plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the form in which quadratic equation comes. So for example, if we have 4x square plus 5x plus 8 equal to 0, how will you replace this? The coefficient for a here is 4, so a here is 4. So a here is 4, and because ax square, so the coefficient of x square is usually a. Now this is it. Then b is the coefficient of x, so here our b is 5. Then c is usually the constant, so our c here, which is the constant, that's 8, the number that is standing on its own, that's equal to 8. So substituting this into this equation, we'll just solve and get our answer. Okay, now let's proceed into solving the examples we have here. Example number 1, we have 2x square minus 5x minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now let's get the values of a, b, and c here. So our a is usually the coefficient of x square, so that is a. Our a is 2. Then our b is usually the coefficient of x, so our b is minus 5. Then our c is the constant, and that is 3. Now let's substitute it into the formula. The formula says that x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's substitute this. X is equal to minus b. What's our value for b here? Minus 5. So that will be minus 5. We have replaced, anywhere we see b, we replace it with minus 5. Then plus or minus square root of b square. What's our value for b? Minus 5. So minus 5 square minus 4a. What's our value for a here? 2. A, that's 2. Then what's our value for c? 3. All over 2a. What's our value for a here? Our value for a is 2. Now let's simplify. X is equal to minus times minus here will give us plus, so that's plus 5. We have 5 plus or minus square root of minus 5 square. Minus 5 square will give us plus 25. So we have 25 minus 2 times 3 will give us 6. 6 times minus 4, that will give us minus 24. So minus 24 all over 2a. 2 times 2 will give us 4 all over 4. Our x is equal to 5 plus or minus square roots of 25 minus 24 will give us 1 all over 4. So what's the square root of 1? Our x is equal to, the square root of 1 is 1. So 5 plus or minus 1 all over 4. So is either x is equal to 5. So let's separate this plus or minus sign now. 5 plus 1 over 4, or x is equal to 5 minus 1 over 4. So our x is equal to 5 plus 1 will give us 6. So that's 6 over 4, or our x is equal to 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 over 4. So our x is equal to, we'll break this down to the lowest term. 4, the number that can divide 4 and 6 is 2. 2 in 4 will give us 2, and 2 in 6 will give us 3. So we have 3 over 2, or our x is equal to 4 divided by 4 will give us 1. So just cancel out. You have 1. So these are our final answers. Very, very simple. For question number 2, sorry, we have 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. The value of A is the coefficient of x, that's 3. Of x squared, that's 3. Then the value for B is the coefficient of x, so that's 2. Then the value for C is the constant, that is minus 1. Minus 1. So let's substitute this into the formula. So the formula says x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now let's go. Our x, substituting this into the values into the equation, you have x is equal to minus b. Our b here is 2, so that's minus 2 plus or minus square root of 2 square minus our minus 4. What's the value for a? A is 3. Minus 3 4 times 3 into c is minus 1. Minus 1. Close the bracket. All over 2 into our a is 3. Close bracket. So our x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square roots of 2 square is 4. 3 times minus 1 will give us minus 3. Minus 3 times minus 4 will give us 12. So that's 4 minus plus 12 all over 2 times 3 will give us 6. So x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 12 will give us 16. So 16 all over 6. Then you have, let's bring it up here. You now say minus 2. So our x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus. The square root of 16 is 4. So we have plus or minus 4 all over 6. Now x is equal to either minus 2 plus 4 over, so that's where the sign separates now. Okay, here one will have 4 and plot the positive sign, so minus 2 plus 4 over 6, or x is equal to minus 2 minus 4. So we have taken the plus sign, now let's take the minus sign. So minus 2 minus 4 over 6. Are you seeing it now? So we have x is equal to minus 2 plus 4, that will give us 2 over 6, or x is equal to minus 2 minus 4, that's minus 6 over 6. So our x is equal to, we look for a number, we have to break this down to its lowest term. We do for a number that can divide 2 and 6, and that's 2. 2 into 2 will give you 1, 2 into 6 will give you 3. So x is equal to 1 over 3, or x is equal to 6 cancel 6, so you have 1. So our x is equal to minus 1, and this is our final answer. Now for question number 3, please do it to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Okay, that's one way you support what we are doing here. Okay, and do it to share it to many people that you think that might find this video helpful. Okay, now let's go for question number 3. The value for a, coefficient of x squared here is 1. All right, is 1 because we have x squared, only x squared. The value for b here is 25. Then the value for c here, obviously there as a constant, is 150. So having this, we have, so let's substitute this into, let's get the formula. The formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So let's substitute these values into the formula. So our x is equal to minus 25 plus or minus square root of 25 square. 25 square minus 4 times a. Our value for a here is 1 times c, our value for c is 150 all over 2 times a, and our value for a is 1. So moving on, we have x is equal to minus 25 plus or minus square root of 25 square is 625 minus, so 625, and 1 times 150 is 150. 150 times 4, that'll give us 600, so minus 600 all over 2 times 1 will give you 2. So we have x is equal to minus 25 plus or minus the square root of 625 minus 600, that'll be 25 over 2. Now let's bring it up here. Our x will now be equal to minus, so the square root of 25 is 5, so we have minus 25 plus or minus 20, the square root of 25 is 5 plus or minus 5 all over 2. So our x is equal, is either our x is equal to minus 25 plus 5 over 2, or our x is equal to the minus sign now, minus 25 minus 5 all over 2. So our x here will be equal to minus 25 plus 5, that gives us minus 20 over 2, or our x is equal to minus 25 minus 5, that gives us minus 30 over 2. So our x is equal to, look for a number that can, so 20 divided by 2 will give us minus 10, or our x is equal to 30 divided by 2, that's minus 15. And these are our final answers. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And we've also done this exact same question on by using factorization method. So in our next video, we'll be solving this using completing the square method. Do well to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot in stock for you. Okay, bye.